Well, howdy, howdy. Hope everybody is doing well out there. Tried out some, well, not some new microphones. Trying out a new microphone, the Saramonic Ultras. Got a lav mic on right here. You can plug it into the USB port on your computer. And I need to turn this phone down. Got it over here because I was transferring a file over, which I'm going to plug it now. And I got that speaker on, so we need to turn that off. Anyway, we will see what this sounds like. It took a little bit of clear all that mess off, all them notifications. Bye-bye. But it took a little bit of doing some adjustment to get it to work on the camera. I don't know. After I talked to the lady in marketing, is who I originally, because I tried to see if they wanted me to do the reviews on these, but they wasn't promoting these at the moment. They was promoting some high dollar UHF ones, which like they use on movie sets and stuff, and they got the little controller that fits in their back pocket and whatnot, and I don't know what all. But anyway, why is it on two people? Anyway, she helped me get the settings and everything set on it. So I tried to do a video earlier, and the audio came out great. And the video was going good, but on some microphone or headset here, let me get that. There we go. There, turn it sideways. But tried it on a couple of TVs. Did not work. I don't know what the deal is. But anyway, I don't know if anybody's going to show up. And if you're here, Mom, text me and tell me if the audio is working. If you're not here, then I will watch the playback here in a little bit because I may just be talking to myself. I've got a lot of reviews to do, but that headset really frustrated me. So I kind of found a stopping point. So I thought I would jump on here for a few minutes, test out the mics, and talk about what you do if you do a review product and it doesn't work. The simple answer is after you've tried all the different things and actually read the instructions, get somebody else to look at the instructions, email the seller or the agency and tell them, I'm sorry, they just don't work and there's nothing I can do with them. And as soon as I hear back from them, these will be going in the trash because I would not sell them to anybody, whether they knew I couldn't get them to work or not. Because I don't want somebody to say, "Well, maybe you wasn't doing it right. I'll pay for it." Nah, I don't want to. If it don't work, they don't work. Well, anyway, I had to turn up the volume, but it sounds good. Okay, I can boost the gain. Well, actually, Mike could boost it on StreamYard. Settings, audio. Yeah, I can turn the mic volume up. It's at 100 there. Okay, that's on, well, I can't get it to go right on 150, but that's 149. I don't know if that's going to help any or not. If that helps, let me know. Hello, Lisa. I had a good day till I did these, and these frustrated me because I couldn't get them to work. I hate it when I can't get something to work. And does the audio sound okay? My mom said that she had to turn it up, but it sounded good. I just turned the volume up on the mic on the StreamYard, and I can turn the gain up on the mic, but I just don't want to have to mess with all that. Sounds good to you. Okay. Does it sound better than like the last couple of live streams that I used the other lavalier mic with? I'm going to go back and listen to it. These should sound really good because these are, what do they call it, prosumer microphones. They're technically they're $300, but I did the open box and got them for half that price. So they're not cheap. Even at 150, it wasn't cheap. Tell you the truth, I have no idea, but you sound good to me. Okay, well that works. That's good enough as long as it sounds clear. But anyway, I was I hadn't planned on going live. I've got so many reviews to do, and I'm getting emails. Are you going to get this done? Or we're looking forward to seeing the video, and that's kind of a sign that they're wanting it done. And I tried to get these done, but just didn't work out. Did get the mini PC done. We've had so much rain lately, and I almost had the I don't want tos, and I spent most of the day yesterday trying to get the settings on this right because if you don't have good audio, your videos aren't going to be good. You can have not very good video and people will still watch it if they can hear you clearly and the audio's good, but if your audio's bad, they're not going to watch it. I don't care if you're shooting an 8K video, they're not going to care if they can't hear you. And it's all crackly and distorted and super loud and all over the place. So audio definitely makes it, yeah, it does. It certainly does. It's a bit louder. Okay. Or the car door. Next door or across the street. I don't know. Anyway, I really didn't have much to say. I just kind of want to test these mics on the live stream. That's what's cool about them is I can use them on my camera. I can plug them into the phone. I can do it just like this on live streaming. So really for a wireless microphone set that you can use in all aspects of what you're doing, $150 is cheap. 300 would have been cheap, but I was going to try the open box. Would have been better off just ordering brand new ones, but if I get the same warranty and everything, why I paid twice the price? Granted, these had some audio files on them that I guess the guy was working at some kind of call center or something. Tim really has a good microphone at his house that he'll use when he gets on a Discord. You should ask him about it. It sounds clear as a bell. Well, that's good. And he's probably got it placed in the right position, which I've got one on the boom arm. I've got another big, actually really high dollar microphone. It's about $400. But I don't know. You have to have it in the right position. And these lav mics, I can get up, walk into the other room, and I can keep talking, and y'all can hear me. And actually, with these right here, whatever, I don't know meters, but it says you can go up to 300 meters away from your receiver. I'll never go that far from my camera, but you could if you wanted to. Point is I can use these for everything, and that's what I was looking for. And it has onboard recording, 32-bit float, which a lot of people are not going to understand what that is, but you know what I'm saying, though. It's good for everything. It's just an all-around good microphone. Anyway, like I said, didn't have much to say. I titled it, what do you do when you can't, I don't know, what do you do when they come for you, bad boys? But Yeah, when you do a review on a product and it don't work, try everything you can. If that don't work, email the seller and tell them it just don't work. Driving with spies, howdy howdy. The point is that you can go fishing while we hang out on the beach and watch. Yeah, that's true. I actually, yeah, I actually, I used to do a lot more fishing. And even when I was doing DoorDash and stuff, some of my videos I would do out at the little lake in Wichita or the town near here. I just quit doing it. And then Tim came out with a couple, and I thought, I need to start back into that. It's, I got to figure out how to say no on some of these product reviews. I do some, but I need to find more time for me because I'm getting older. But anyway, Tim kind of inspired me to get out there and do a little fishing, so I did. And I think my last video on Dash and Grandpa, I was out there fishing. I'm not trying to copy him. I mean, I did it 3 years ago, but kind of quit doing it. But it's inspirational. He inspired me. I think Tim really wants to do those product reviews, and he seems like he'd be good. I think he would be good at it. He told me as soon as he gets everything ironed out at his casa, then he's going to start doing it. And I've got contacts for him. I've got a couple of different people that are wanting people to do reviews. So whenever he's ready, I can hook him up. I tell you what, I don't know how much rain y'all been getting up there, but it has been flooding here. Our main river that separates Texas and Oklahoma is overflowing, or not overflowing, but it's full, and it's usually never full. Lakes filled up and filling up. But my little flower bed out front hasn't had a chance to dry out. I went and bought some uh, Miracle Grow plant food to spray on them, but it hasn't dried up. We keep getting rain, and I'm not going to put it on there and just have it wash off. I can sit here and look out my window, and sometimes it was that deep of water all the way across it. We're not getting as much rain as you guys are getting down there, but it's raining every day. Yeah, been raining here. I watch Roman Atwood. He's in, I don't know what part of Ohio he's in, but they've been getting a lot of rain up there too. But anyhow, going to be a busy, busy next 2 weeks. I've got furniture to put together. I've got an air conditioner to review. I've got some solar lights to review. I've got some string solar, they're not solar, but some string lights to review. I bet I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, probably 12, 13 things right now to review. Luckily, I didn't get nothing in today. When I don't get anything in on a day, it's a good day. I ain't got to add to the list. Hello, Tim. We was just talking about you a while ago. Well, I was running a little late. I don't mind working in rain. I just don't like doing my catering orders in rain. Dang it, I was just on your channel at 9. So, and they'll pay me back, and they never did. Oh man, I'm using these I don't know if I told you, Tim, but I ordered the Saramonic mics. Uh, had a heck of a time getting them. Again, one thing I have learned on these wireless mics is, and it may just, I don't know, but it seems like the cheaper ones, that are like $80 and less, you can just plug them in and go. You don't have to do much adjusting or anything. These suckers, it took me talking to the lady in the marketing department for Saramonic to get them to where they would sound good. Because all the reviews I watched, the audio sounded so good. But you can probably find my mic on Marketplace for 130, but you have to have it up to your mouth and no, you don't like that. Yeah. Yeah, that's what Lisa was saying a while ago. She said it sounded so good. And I said, a lot of it is mic placement. And I've got one $1 mic. And this one's, I think, 50 or $60. But I just don't like getting that. I don't like it up in my face. You know. And with these, I can just walk around. If I get up, if I turn my head, it doesn't really make much difference. And with those mics like that, you have to train yourself. And I don't, if I was sitting at a round table, having like what do they call it, a real podcast when you got two or three people there and y'all are sitting at a desk, I probably would. And oh, you do voiceover? I've got a new company that emailed me. I haven't heard back from them yet, but they have a lot of, they got some webcams, they got some regular live streaming cameras, they have microphones, they have like the boom, like on the boom arms. But if I do another mic, and they give me the option, I'm going to get the mic that you actually on a stand right in front of you. And then I could have it like, well, I would have it out of the screen, but it would be right there down here and not up here and at the angles, but it'd be right straight in front of me. And I want to see if they contact me back. I'm not buying one, but if they want to send me one, I will definitely review it. And if it sounds good, I'll just keep it and I'll get rid of this boom arm. And anyway, well, you can hear my mic on the catering setup short. Well, you ain't been having your mic on the fishing videos, so I noticed that. But you're probably kind of like me. I mean, sometimes when you head out, you're not heading out and intending on making a video. So I don't, you don't take the GoPro, you don't take the mics, you just go with it. Yes, I just learned how to do the voiceover on CapCut like 3 days ago. That's why a boat you should review on AliExpress and Temu. I'll find a link. A boat? Oh, Tim, did you see the link that I posted on Discord? Yep, literally do some fishing on my way, probably. Oh, from work. Yeah, that's what I was telling Lisa while ago. I said, like 3 years ago when I was doing some of the DoorDash videos and all that, I would have my fishing rod. I always carried my fishing rod with me. In some of the videos I put out, I was out of the little lake here, but I just quit doing it. And that's what I said. I'm not copying you. It's just you inspired me to when I do go to town, take my fishing rod with me. Just go fishing for a minute. Kind of break the monotony. And plus, sometimes I'm doing reviews of the lake with the product, so I might as well have the fishing pole with me. And might as well video it. So, you're an inspiration, sir. I thought that's why you were here, personally, live through this live. Oh, thanks. There are some video reviews on the listings, and I think you could do it better. No, check that. Oh, yeah. Lisa was talking about you doing reviews, and I agree with her. I think you do good, and I knew you had said before that once you get your casa all set up and everything, you might want to get into it. And that's what it, when you get ready, let me know, because I got contacts for you. I can hook you up. May not be exactly what you want to review, but you can always sell it, whatever it is. And lately, in the last 6 months, I've been getting more $100+ items. It was $14, $18, but I don't know. It's kind of stepping up just a little bit. Tim, that is, Grandpa can set you up with his contacts and let you do review videos. Yep, and I won't even try. I guess I could make what do they call those? Not ebooks, but course, online course, and I'll have the contacts in it and sell it. I wouldn't do that, especially to y'all guys that I know, They can go to a park. Hello, Sonny. Sonny Chronicles. We're just hanging out, rattling. Not much and nothing going on. Well, actually, there's a lot that should be going on, but it's not going on. Got reviews to do's, and I really I had done some of these before, but when you plug them in, they're for the hearing impaired. But I actually kind of thought about like my cousin and like Emily's stepdad. They turn the TVs up real loud, and like my cousin, he has to put on the closed captioning because he just doesn't hear that good. And these are supposed to have where the audio, because the ones I did before, if you plugged them in, hooked them up to the TV, it muted the TV. You couldn't hear it. So if somebody else watching it couldn't hear it, you could hear it. But with these, you're supposed to still run out of speakers, but yet they'd run into the earbuds, and but they don't work. So as soon as I hear it back from the seller and they say okay, then I'm going to throw them in the trash. There is nothing worth keeping in them. I do not need USB cords. I was a little disappointed though, because I was hoping they would work. But sometimes things like that happen. They just don't work like they're supposed to work. And no, Tim, I did do the little mini PC, and it actually did really pretty good. I mean, my other mini PC, when I go to editing video, you have to just drop the files in the editor and let them render, because everything I do is in 4K. So it bogs it down, but it would do it, and it will run it says two 4K monitors. Now I did hook it up to the 1080 monitor and the 4K to run dual monitors. It's pretty cool. I've got it sitting over here underneath my other monitor, so if I have to take my computer in for repairs or whatever, all I got to do is unplug if I'm taking it in, it'll already be unplugged, but plug in the monitors and I'm good. Don't have to set nothing up. I went ahead and put on my editing software and my GIMP, the one I'd make thumbnails with. So if something happens, I can just plug it in and keep it rocking. A little slower, but yeah. They're only like $139 online versus $1,400. But if all you're doing is surfing the net or whatever, emails, those little mini computers do just fine. Or if you're just editing like 1080 video, might be a lot better. That stinks. It seems that would be good release. So yeah, would have been. I need a new window. New window. Because on StreamYard, I can't click that link. Let's see. But if I go in on YouTube, I can. And there it is. And I can click on it right there. Now I got. That's different. Holy smoke, 1,700 on Temu? I'll tell you something. Oh, cool. Do you do Amazon Vine reviews? I did. That's how I actually got started. I don't recommend it, but that's how I got started. Not sure if they'll send you a boat to do a review, but it would be cool. Yeah, it would be. Oh, you doing well? The if you stay under $600, it's okay. When I started it, everybody's saying you get those free products and stuff, but they're not free. You get a 1099 at the end of the year for everything that you ordered. And the more you order, the better the products get because they have tiers. But it opened up the door for all of this. And now I still have it. And actually, I was supposed to have done a review on a little cord because I ordered a little dongle, I guess, and go from the USB-C to the 3.5 millimeter jack. I was going to plug in my phone to my mic jack on my stereo in the living room. It was like $2 or $3, something like that. I just ordered it to see because I hadn't done an Amazon Vine review in over a year, and I was going to see if I could still do it, and it did. They sent it to me. Yeah, it's like any kind. Yeah. Well, yeah, you get a 1099. Yeah, you just pay the sales tax. You pay the sales tax on the fair market value. Hello, pork chop. Oh, that's fine. I wasn't going to go live. My mom asked me if I was going to. I said, I've got so much to do. But then I got this wouldn't work. And I thought, before I start on something else, I'm just going to take a break and go on live for a little bit. And then I'll jump back on it. I got 3 little solar, tabletop solar lights I got to do. And a lot more stuff too, but those is what's next. Can't do the dog barker because it's dark. Got one of them dog barker things. The value of the item is counted as income. You have to pay income tax. Yeah, well, you can also, depending on how much you're doing, you can put that down as a hobby. If you're just, if you're, unless you're technically doing it as a business, then you can't. But if you're doing it just as a hobby, you can put it down as a hobby. Just, I've done it the last 2 years or 3 years, but this next coming year, I got to figure something out, y'all, for real, because I'm not going to have any mileage to put down from Spark. I've got very little mileage right now. So, and mileage is the only thing that's kept, I still owe every year, but that is the only thing that's kept it way down. And I don't think when you got 99 or 98% of your income that IRS is going to believe that that is a hobby. I don't know that they're going to fall for that, and I don't know if I want to push it that far. I think I already have 211 views on that catering short. I uploaded 2 minutes before I logged on here. Some of those, sometimes shorts, man, they just take off. I may do a short on these because I watched a lot of reviews on these mics before I ordered them, And a few people mentioned the Saramonic app that goes with these mics. But if you go to the Saramonic website, there's two Saramonic apps, and nobody tells you which one it is. They don't tell you how to navigate to the settings on your phone for the app or for the mics and the receiver. So that would be a good 60-second short. Of course, I guess you can go 3 minutes now. But I'm thinking about doing that. But if your market it has a hobby, does that mean you can't make money with the review videos? Well, YouTube is a hobby. YouTube and Amazon, all that I put down as a hobby. But this year, I'll probably make too much to put it down as a hobby. I mean, there's no set limit on it. And what little bit I make is probably nothing compared to what some of these people make. But in my poor, poor self and what I'm used to making per year, I just don't want no eyebrows raised. I don't want nobody looking at me from the IRS. But there's a lady here that, well, Tim mentioned some lady up there or somewhere that does taxes, but there's a lady here. But I've got to figure out something to do. Now, like these mics, I can put it, I'm going to, if I wind up going long form, but I don't know if I'm going to have enough to where it would be better to itemize versus just taking the standard deduction because taxes are going to kill me this year. I've got to figure something out. I got to take a world tour. I got to do something and spend a lot of money. That tax lady I know is in Miami. Okay. Well, how would you show it as a loss? I mean, I put it down. The IRS accepted it, but that don't mean they're not going to come back and audit me later. I don't know. I'm monetized channel would be considered a hobby. Me and Tim were discussing this like a week ago about how they have to pay taxes on it or claiming it. Yeah, it could be a hobby. A lot of people do YouTube as a hobby. That's just not their job, and they start making money, but it's a hobby. Like if they're doing paintings and you know what I would consider hobbies, some kind of crafts or something like that. That's a hobby. Scrapbooking. If you wanted to set a camera up, and I'm saying this because if mom's watching, if you wanted to set a camera up and make a YouTube channel of you scrapbooking, people probably watch it. You're not on there to make money, but if you make some, great. It's a hobby. Now you get people that there is no question about it being their income, like Nick Nimmin and them like guys like that. That's a job. I want to write off fishing gear. Well, when you start, it depends on how much you spend, is whether it's worth itemizing or not. But if you had a rod and reel that you got to do a review on, you might have to buy a fishing line. You might have to buy some lures to use with that, and your trip out to the lake to do the review on the rod and reel. There you go. But you got to make enough to make. I mean, you have to spend enough to make it worth it, or the standard deduction is going to be more than what you could write off, and that's where I've been. Is I don't spend enough to make it. Hello, Mary. You're right in there. I didn't see you. Like Fort Guy and the Guggen Squad and all them. Yeah, look at all their write-offs. They're writing off boats. They're writing off vehicles to pull those boats with. They're writing off all their fishing gear, all their trips. You know, they're spending boatloads of money, but they're making boatloads. No pun intended, but they're spending a lot of money, but they're making a lot of money. You know, like them, they could not put that down as a hobby. Not sure how that works with Nick Nittman and his brother. They live in Thailand. Yeah, they probably got taxes there, though. I know China does. China's got taxes just like we do. Turn off everything in the company and then take what's left over. Turn off everything in the company and take what is left over. Then I take my standard deduction. I know it's a lot cheaper to live in Thailand than here. You know, that's one thing about doing these reviews, and I had thought about that. I could live anywhere as long as I got good internet. I could live anywhere because what I do, I can do 30 miles from town. I can do it in the middle of the Rocky Mountains, in the middle of the Smokies, wherever, in the middle of the Everglades. As long as I got good internet and UPS delivers, I'm in business. You know, but here I am. I've never been to Thailand. I've never been out. Well, I've been to Mexico, like uh, Cozumel. That's it. Everything else I've been in the States. Let's talk about on Discord. You can literally do reviews anywhere with internet. Yeah, it don't matter. You can live in a van down by the river. You have your what is that? There's an internet service that a lot of RVers use. Guy I used to watch all the time. They would sponsor him. They paid for his internet, and if he would just throw the words in his videos. Well, yeah, now they have Starlink. Barely get out of Missouri, let alone out of the country. Oh, Hughes is terrible. Uh, Unless they've changed up a lot. One of my friends years ago, that's what she had. She lived out in a small town west of here, and she had the satellite Hughes internet, and it was slow, and it was costing like over $100 a month. Uh, but yeah, there's just internet's getting better than that. Starlink, I don't know how that's going to work. I don't know how good it'll be. Yeah. And that's as far as internet goes. That's the whole thing about like doing this, because you'll see on rants and raves somebody will be wanting to rave on internet providers in Wichita Falls, and everybody's talking about some of these internets that they're got 128 gigabyte upload and download or whatever, and that ain't. It's like you have a race car driver, a professional race car driver, and somebody saying, "Oh yeah, that Mustang's really fast. That's super fast. That's a good car." And to that race car driver, that's like riding a go kart. You know, it's not what he needs. He has to have, you know, the Lamborghini or whatever. But that's the way the internet is for me. And that's what I've tried to tell them before is I don't care about the download speed. You don't have to have much download speed to watch TV and surf the internet. You don't need that much. But when you're uploading 4K video, you need a fast upload speed. And that's why I got fiber. Pay more, but I can't go slow. It would drive me nuts. We need to open, yeah, yeah, the download. It, it don't, like I said, it don't take much to stream a movie off Netflix or whatever. You don't need a high speed. But when you start uploading 4K video, or well, if you're doing it with your phone, uh, I think I don't even know what this one goes. I think this one goes up to 8K now. Let's see. How in the world? What in the world did I do? Video, ultra high definition, 8K. I can do 8K video. That would be a huge video file. I better turn that back off, 8K video, or the next time I hit record, I'll be going 8K video. Because ultra high, that's 4K, and then the full definition is, I believe, 1080. But 1080 is really good enough. Yeah, you do 1080, yeah. A lot of memory needed, yeah. These phones will handle it though. I mean, like the GoPros and all that stuff. GoPros just get hot. I watched a video the other night on, what was it? Oh, why is that flashing over there? Oh, oh, if I can find him, worth it or not. I've been watching this guy. He's from the Fort Worth area. He's a pretty cool guy. His channel's called Worth It or Not. He does reviews, and I just watched that. Where'd it go? The Insta 360 Ace Pro. That his side by side comparison. Uh, that Ace Pro blew away that GoPro, the GoPro 13, especially in the low lighting. And there was a train coming by, and he like freeze frame and zoomed in on. It looked like an air intake or something, and it was still really sharp on the Insta 360. On the GoPro, it was blurry, real blurry. So if I ever got another action camera, it would probably be that Ace Pro 2. But by the time I do buy one, there'll probably be an Ace Pro 4. I don't really have a need for one at the moment, although that would be a tax write-off. I don't know. Wow, a terabyte on an iPhone 12. Wow. Huh. Hey, I like little people. Cage Noctum Gaming. Howdy. Anyhow, I think, yeah, if y'all want to check this channel out, y'all can. Let's see. How could I? Oop, what did I do? Paste. He's got some pretty cool stuff. And I have a feeling he's probably, because he had State of Texas on, so I have a feeling he was either a retired uh, cop or state police or something. I don't know. None of his videos is really said, but I have a feeling he was in some kind of law enforcement in the Fort Worth, Dallas area. but I don't know. I've commented back and forth to him a couple of times, and he responds, and that's the whole thing. If you're gonna have a YouTube channel, um, you need to respond to people, even when they're smart alecks. Like I had a comment earlier that said something about, "Oh, aren't you lucky? You get free stuff to make a commercial with." And I just commented back something like that. I just commented back and said, first of all, it's not a commercial because I don't care whether you buy it or not. It makes me no difference. Uh, but I do unboxings and showing you what it is. There ain't no commercial. They hadn't responded, but you get smart alecks like that. But reply to them. You know, they might have felt like it was funny. Ah, I've actually gotten 12 new subs from the fishing video stuff so far. Cool. But I keep losing. Yeah. I know when you have a smaller channel, when you when you gain two or three, you notice it. But when you lose one, you notice it, you're like, huh, somebody didn't like something. But it's better, you've watched enough. It's better that you don't have those subs because it tells the algorithm that you have a lot of subs, but they're not interested in anything you're doing. So that's a negative impact. So you'd rather have 100 watchers versus 1,000 watchers and only 10 of them watch your videos. So it was just, I mean, two subs since I started before start. I'm getting, wait a minute, I thought I just read, oh, you gained 12. I'm getting 2 subs since before I started doing fishing video stuff when you factor in the lost subs. Oh, no. I generally get one, probably on average, 1 or 2 every day. I was at that 1,300 and I was like, hurry up and get off of the 13. And I looked and it was like at 1425 or something like that. And it just gradually goes up. And the view count, the views is, good Lord, I've got 700 and something videos on here. So I have a lot of views daily. Like, I think I looked a week or two ago. It's like 1,200 views a day. Not on one video, but channel wide, all the videos combined. YouTube just doesn't want me to break the 1670 subs. I've been on 1669 many times, but never over 1670. You'll get there. Mm, the main thing is if you enjoy doing it. So I mean, it's great and makes you feel good if you do, but you enjoy it and you're going to do it regardless, it'll grow. I got no doubt. I gained one somewhere in the last hour. I'm back to 1669. I don't know where I'm at. Let's see. Grandpa's random reviews, manage videos, analytics, uh, verify it's you. Oh, probably because I'm loaded. Now it's going to send me the little thing on the phone. Yes, it's me. Okay. 68 subscribers in the last 28 days. Where's my subscriber count? Hmm. I don't know, 1.42K subscribers. But what is it for real? Let's see. We'll click on lifetime. Why don't they just round it up? I don't know how many subscribers I've got. I want to do some fishing, knot tying videos someday. I watched it, somebody, and I don't remember how they did it, and I don't remember where it was at, but they had a good knot. It was like you went through the eyelet, and then you went around the shank of the hook, and then you brought it back up through, and I don't know how they did it. Clear that off so I can get the camera back up so I can watch the bugs fly in front of it and the cats go down the driveway. Where did I go? Oh, 1,426. Here it is. I love those videos. You had one video. What? It was the one where the girl, she came in from the other side of the lake, and it was like she was watching you. And then she started walking over there, and then she just kind of sat down. I thought she's wanting you to come over there and talk to her. I'm looking for a giant novelty fishing hook so I can use the paracord, and then the viewer can actually see what. Yeah, yeah, she was doing yoga. Well, she watched in the video. You can see her. She's out by the road, and I think she was on her phone, and she just kind of kept looking over there at you, and then she kind of started walking over there, and then she walked back, and then she sat down, and then she started doing her yoga thing. That's a pretty little lake, though, that you was at. We've only got, well, we actually have one, the Sykes Lake where I go pretty regularly, or when I do go. And then there's one out by softball complex, but I haven't been over. I don't know if they stock that with bass or just catfish. They stock them with catfish, but I don't. I just soon not even catch catfish. I just don't like fooling with them. They only stock bluegill and channel cats in the city Park Lake. And maybe all they do here. I used to talk to the guy that's over not over it, but he's one of the big bosses of the fish and game here. Uh, I used to sit, online chat with him on their website or their Facebook, and I'd ask him how the growth was on one lake out here, and he said it was, last time I talked to him, he said they wasn't doing what they had hoped. Can't even remember how to actually tie the knots. Figured I'd make a knot video. I will have to learn and remember. I just do. I know the regular fisherman's knot. You go through and then you wrap it, and you go back through the eyelet and then back out. But you can double that. You can fold your line in half, go through the eyelet, and then wrap it around, and then back through. It won't come undone. But that knot I watched the other day was really cool. It's quick and easy. And I tell you, it's it's getting harder to see that fishing line. And I guess I'm gonna have to start carrying my reading glasses. I've got regular glasses. I don't honestly don't even quite know where they're at the moment. But yeah, that one, probably the same one I do. I guess I'm gonna have to because I get out there and I'm trying to tie it and then I'm trying to get where's that loop and I'll be missing it. You know, it's here and I'm it's it's here. Well, here. Yeah, it's right there and I'm going up here and I'm missing it and you got to get it through there. I hope that made sense. Well, you know what I'm talking about. Like threading a needle. Anyhow, I really I want to slow down on doing the reviews and be able to go fishing and maybe do a spark or two here and there. But I just don't, I haven't done spark in 3 weeks, 4 weeks now. I don't know. Um, does it tell you the last time you did one? Needs attention, no joke. Maybe that real ID thing, I don't know. Trips, March 30th. March 30th was the last one. Good Lord, it's been longer than 2 or 3 weeks then, hadn't it? That's been over a month ago. Hmm. Time sure flies. Speaking of time flying, it is 10:01. I've got to get some reviews done, y'all. I've got a slingshot rifle in there. Slingshot rifle and a one-eyed dog. Oh, a shotgun rifle. I got a slingshot rifle. Uh, I'm gonna have to figure out where to do that one. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it out in my backyard. I don't know. I don't want to set up a target beside my shed and shoot a hole through the shed. I don't know. I don't know how powerful it is, but I may. I'd rather do it in a privacy fenced backyard or out away from people. I can't do it down at the park. People be saying somebody's got a gun down there. I found a big fishing hook for tuna and a shark size fish and shark size fish bigger than my hand. It's only $10 on Amazon. It will serve my purpose. You get a tax write-off too. Good night, pork chop. I got to get out of here too. Um, I'm going to have them all fussing at me. But I spent too much time on these microphones. Wasted a day. But you got to get the audio right, because if the audio ain't right, the video ain't going. It ain't going to fly. But anyway, y'all, I'm going to get out of here, and I will probably be here tomorrow night. Well, not here, but over on Dash and Grandpa. I'll probably do the live unless something comes up. I will try to schedule it. Maybe people will get a notification. But anyhow, I'm going to go do some tabletop solar lights. Today is what, Wednesday? Man, I don't know if I'll get them done in time to take them to Bowie to the flea market this weekend, but I got plenty of other stuff to take. I may make one short before I hit the bed. Have a good night, and I can't wait to see your items you got. I can't wait to see. Yeah, I got a bunch in there that I got to get done. Anyhow, I am out of here, y'all. I appreciate y'all coming by and hanging out with me for a little bit. And hopefully the audio was okay, because I'm using the Saramonic Ultra plugged into a USB hub that's plugged into the computer. I like being able to do that. That's pretty cool. Anyhow, y'all have a great night. Thanks for being here. Adios. See y'all later. Bye.